Do you even want to be here? Well, we're here with David Spade. You know, David, I know you want to get into some... Well, go ahead. Well, no, before you do, we were just talking that Charlotte and I want to thank you because we're both friends with you, and we met through you.
Oh, I forgot that. Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true?
No, the reason David is our first guest is because he put us in contact. This wouldn't be here if you weren't alive.
That's nice.
It's all you.
Oh, there I am. Good. Well, good. I'm glad something nice came from it. You're both good friends of mine. And that's the end of that sincerity.
I'll say.
But I will say this, and this is not part of anything. The fucking drive here. Now listen, you're great. Is it this far great? But anyway, I drove, and I was like, no joke, it's the farthest I've ever driven in my life. I'm driving, and then I'm like, oh, am I being evacuated again? Am I going to high ground? I keep driving, then I start seeing mountains, and I go, oh, I went through 5 different tax brackets. I went through 2 time zones. And then I'm like, these are cities I've heard on traffic reports, but they're not familiar to me. And then I get to this dusty old garage, and I'm like, oh, is this the big pot of gold at the end? This is...
Well, we're in Burbank. I get the feeling you never did the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Am I right?
That's miles back. Miles.
No. This is so far. That's why I can never be on time. Here. It's so hard for me to get here.
Dude, I pulled over
on time because you're always late.
And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to freak out on me late, but I got to pull over and just walk it off for a second. And then I hear, she flies by me, scrunchies flying out the window. And I'm like, hey. And she's like, I'm late. John's screaming at me. I go, save yourself. And then I'll be there. And then I came out.
I'm always late, but she's even later.
I'm not a late person, but the location is
here.
physically impossible to get to.
No, it isn't.
No, it's physically.
You live in you're in what? I can't say where you live, but like you are.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter where I live. I leave so there's enough time to get here.
Now, in her defense,
I'm supposed to be here.
When we go golf,
I'm always early.
You're always late. Yes,
that's a lot. I'm always.
He's gotten better. He's worked at it.
I'm always waiting for you for like at least a half hour.
No, I think when you do this, you take it more seriously. And when we golf, oh look, I look cool. I look like a golfer. Look at my ratty hair.
When we I golf,
I just watch myself.
I'm
on the
so much better than you at golf. It's ridiculous, and you're always late.
I will say.
All right, I'm talking about myself.
It is fun to golf with you, and it is fun to go to your club. He's the member of a nice club out in the valley, and then we go out there when it's convenient for him, of course. And then he goes, "Hey, let's go. Are you going to be there?" Let's say it's 11 o'clock. And then I go, "All right, I'm 20 away." And he goes, "All right, I'm leaving." I go, "No, because it's an hour away." I go, "You can't be leaving now because I'm going there." And then I'm always on time, so I get there, and he's not there. So then I eat, and then I still wait. And then he goes, "I have to eat."
No, I have to go to the bathroom.
I try to not say that. I try.
Well, I don't care.
Oh,
I do.
This just in.
But I always have to go before we play. But you see, it's not that you're always on time. If you say to somebody, and this is a fact, I'll meet you at 6:30 for dinner.
This is fair.
You're there at 6.
This is fair. 6:20, but
and you're already eating.
This is fair.
Why? Why do you do that?
No, it's good.
Let's have
admire
dinner.
it.
I'll see you at 6:30.
The real reason
there and you're eating.
The real reason is now that I'm past 40, I say let's eat early because I gained weight on grown-ups. I was 20 pounds heavier.
Really?
So Chris rocks it.
The first grown-ups?
Mm-hmm. And I had to take a physical. And the doctor made me get on the scale, that's the kind you go kick with the little, tiny little cinder blocks. And I go, I weigh 145. And he goes, 145? I go, yeah. And he goes, is that what you're trying to pull off? I go, dude, I weighed 145 for the last 15 years. He goes, why don't you jump on the scale here? I go, Adam's not going to like this. I tried to throw Sandler involved because it's a physical for the movie to get insurance. You've done these.
Yeah, they've never weighed me.
Well,
Ever.
Well, they gave up, but
They come to my house and they look in you.
It's a handshake.
I had the flu. It's not even an exam. I had the flu. Guy goes, "You okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." I had 103 temperature. I had the flu. He looks at your eyes, looks at yours. "You okay?" He signs it.
Exactly, and that's what it's supposed to be. So I go in there and I go, "Hey, beep, bop, boop."
Yeah.
I'm on my way to something. He goes, "Hey, why don't you jump on?" I'm like, "This isn't a real something, is it?"
No, it's not a real. It's not even real. It's just a.
He goes,
so the doctor can get a fee of
right. They want
$150.
They have to tell insurance you're okay, so you don't go into the movie with some existing condition that would stop the movie. It's all about the movie, about money. Great. I've done 1 million of them. I go, "Yeah, sure." And he goes, "Well, 145. Huh?" Anyway, I'm like, "Yeah," because he could tell I look a little gushy,
How fat were you?
Well, I get on and I go, let's say I'm going to put the thing,
you.
I weigh 145. I'm going to put the thing, well, it's more like 140, but I'll put it up to 145 just so, because I'm fat, because you say I'm so fucking gross.
Yeah.
So I put the ka-ching, the big one on 100. And then I put the little, the 1 pounders. I go,
Yeah, I have one of those.
144. Let's say I gained 4 pounds. Because I said I was 140, actually. So I get on, it goes, kang! And I'm like, which means it weighs more than that?
Yes.
And I go, and the doctor's like, and I go, well, okay. And I go, kick. And I put it to 150, kang.
Stop.
And then he has to move the big one to 150. Now the little one, and he goes, I go, just put it at 0. So I put it at 0. It goes up, and he starts going, I'm like this. And he's like, I go, "You cramping up?" Okay. And then it goes like this. And I go, up, that's it. 165.
Stop.
And I was like,
You weighed 25 pounds more than you thought?
yeah. Some secret fat around my back. I don't even know where it is. I don't know what happened.
Well, but
I
had
know
you
where
already
it
been
wasn't.
shooting?
I know where it wasn't.
Had you already been shooting this whole
No,
time?
this is on the way there. So it's like a week before.
And so the doctor said start eating early.
No, let's not rush to the end of the story. Jesus Christ, I got to kill an hour. So I said, well.
You do this routine in Vegas with Nikki Glazer
Oh, I am doing gigs
at
with
the
Nikki.
Venetian, yeah.
Jerry's like immediately depresses me when I see this dog. No, Jerry's very cute. I would never say that.
No, he's very
I
cute.
love
but
dogs.
If you notice, he's not laughing at you.
Love Jerry.
It's like a gerbil with a raccoon or something. No, those are both too cute.
My dog happens to be a teacup Great Dane.
Yeah, that's what it is.
FYI.
Something's wrong. Okay, so,
Okay.
but untrained. We can all agree on that. Untrained.
No, he's trained. I just don't have him doing tricks.
Dog boogers flying around everywhere. Sick. Poor Charlotte. All right, so I go, so I have 25 pounds of secret fat. I don't even know where it is. And he goes, yeah, Adam's not going to like this. I go, well, you're not telling Adam. Adam doesn't need to know what's going on. It doesn't matter for the movie.
Why would Adam even care what you weigh?
Yeah.
because I throw Adam around so much.
Oh.
Because I walked in, he goes, I need you to come in. I go, can we do this on the phone? He goes, do your physical on the phone? I go, come on, I'm a good guy. You've seen me on TMZ. I'm running around. You've seen me on Instagram.
Was this the grown-ups where you guys had to jump into the water naked?
No,
off the
that
cliff?
No, that was 2. This was the one where we play basketball and stuff. And I don't want to give it all away, but it's keeping the lights on at TBS. It's
When
on
we
like
did
4
bench
times a
warmers,
day.
did you weigh less?
Are we trying to swing it back to bench warmers?
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to throw a little variety on it because
Yeah, we're mixing up.
This is
But I
15
will
minutes
say,
of you
so
weighing
anyway,
yourself.
the point was Charlotte wanted to get to the ending, was if I eat earlier, you don't go to bed. I used to eat late and then I go to sleep. And then you just gain
that's when you gain weight.
Because I didn't know I was gaining weight.
I did that on Saturday Night Live. I weighed 155, and then I'd go eat a piece of chocolate cake before I went to bed. I'd stop at this restaurant, and I gained 10 pounds every year for 5 years, and I still have it. I gained 50 pounds.
But you figured out cracked the code, but you didn't do anything, right?
No, because the cake was so good.
Yeah, listen.
So I switched it to pie. Didn't help.
Oh, that's valiant effort.
No, but I like going out to dinner with you guys because you go early, and I personally like eating early. It is good for you, and it helps you sleep better.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
I want to have a drink, so I can't drink unless I eat. Some people, my buddy Jody has to drink. He drinks all night and then he eats at the end, and I'd rather. So we just mix it up.
Well, people don't know who Jody is. You have to say. Who
I'm just saying
is.
it's an idea.
Your friend Jody.
If I was drinking, I'd drink on an empty.
Yeah, Jody Watley.
Well, people don't know who Jody is. You go Jody.
It's not Jody Watley. It's the only famous Jody I could think of.
Somebody keeps calling me.
Can you put your phone off?
Is your phone on or off?
His phone is ringing.
Do you put it in your front pocket and call yourself on vibrate?
I tell people I'm working. They just keep calling.
All the peeps.
Are we on a commercial?
Yes. This whole thing is a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have a question for you about the movie. You're really doing great, and you just started shooting a brand new movie. Let's Plant the Seed.
Yeah.
With you and Theo Vaughn.
Tell us everything.
Tell us literally everything. And don't leave out one thing.
And it's. I mean, you told me this. I don't repeat the story, but you. But it's just. It had me crying, laughing. Just the story.
It's called Bus Boys. The quickie is Theo and I are two losers that. What is the dog? Oh my God! Yelp and then a disgusting sneeze and then a tiny fart. Okay.
Well, he just wants. If Charlotte would just pet him, he'd be quiet.
I don't want to pet him.
Jerry, come here. Move your leg.
Will you put Jerry up and have people vote if he's cute or not? Put him on your Instagram.
Oh, jump.
Here, do you want to sit with me?
Yes.
Here, come here.
Charlotte, oh my God.
And I'm wearing black.
I know, you're fucked.
So what? He's a
okay.
He'll be quiet.
Okay.
All you have to do is complain a little.
Okay.
He's one of the
Well, you didn't
co-hosts
say
anyway.
emphysema.
Look at. Do you see that
That's a good cartoon.
picture of us in the car?
That's cute.
Jerry's in the back of the car. You just can't see him.
Oh, good.
Now let me ask you something.
Don't look anything
Do you think that looks anything like me? I don't.
No, I think
it looks like somebody I know, but I
looks
can't
cute.
think of who it is.
Well, it's a.
He's probably going to go, "That's me," and sue us.
That's caricature. That's you and what?
I wish.
I don't think it looks anything
Oh,
like
and
me.
sue us.
Yeah, some guy's going to go. It looks like somebody. I know, like, oh, I know that guy, but it's not me.
It's so good.
It's very cute. Where's
Charlotte
David's
looks
in the
really
back.
good.
I look too good. It's
I
a
know,
little
it's really
too good.
cute.
Like I look too sexual there.
It's too cute.
I'm kind of crushing it. Like good spray tan. Like,
Oh, you're
tits
fucking
are out.
killing it.
Yeah. It looks like Charlotte just came from your car and she said, "Can I have a ride?" And you're like, "No." And then she comes over to me and I go, "Yes."
What do you got, a little 1960 Corvette?
Crushing.
Did you get that drawn at, no offense, the Santa Monica Pier?
No, my friend from Florida did it. Emily Clancy.
No, I'm saying
Killed it. But it does look like a caricature.
Oh, that's why yours is better.
Yes.
Because she's your friend.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
How? My
Yeah, back to Bus Boys.
Back to Bus Boys. Tell us everything.
Bus
This is so
Boys.
exciting.
Theo and I had dinner a couple years ago at Koi, and we were saying we just were bullshitting, and we'd both been busboys, and we thought it'd be funny to do something about busboys.
You were a busboy?
Oh, when I was, not recently, but when I was 15, 16, 17, yeah.
In Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was the
The
restaurant?
worst busboy. I was a dishwasher
Okay.
at Scottsdale Conference Center. Google it. It's a lie. And then I was a busboy after that at the Quilted Bear and some other restaurants, mid-level.
And do you think your
It's
job
hard.
as a comedian is better?
They're both hard, but I lifted too much when I was a busboy. I didn't like to lift everything. I'm a bit of a
You're not much of a lifter.
dandelion these days. But back then, I was just doing it because you had to. But bus trays, you're like this way over, and they always do all the work. The waiters don't do shit.
I think it's a hard job physically, isn't
It's
it?
physically horrible, yeah, and it should be like illegal. But the waiter, because of how much credit the waiters get. Like if you're a cute waitress, you take the order, you scram. Everything else is the busboy, the food runner. Then the waitress comes back, hey, here's a tip. Then you can add a tip. Then there's an additional tip. Then there's my OnlyFans you can click on. So I said,
Here's a tip: keep your day job.
Here's a tip. I'll keep going.
Here's a tip. Go ahead.
So
I'm not stopping you.
we said, so the premise is a little wispy, but it's I like a girl. She leaves me for a waiter. And so I'm not a busboy. I just said, I got to be a waiter because I work in sewage. I have a shitty job in a small town. So does Theo. So I say, we need to be waiters. This will straighten our problems out. So that's how dumb we are. So it's kind of like that. And so we drive to Mexico to change our life, but we can't get there. And so we see a restaurant with busboys wanted. I go, see busboys for 3 days and then we're waiters. And it's like 3 years later, still busboys going. He's like, so what's going on? I'm like, dude, give it a second. So anyway, we've been shooting it. We've only shot it. I don't know when this comes out, but.
You just started, right?
Yeah, 3 days. 3 days, I'm already a disaster.
You've shot for 3 days already?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just started on like Friday one day. So
we did Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got home at 1 last
Oh, so how's it going?
Oh my God.
It's hard. It's already hard. I mean, movies are hard, as you know. As you know. They can be hard, but in different ways. They're just mentally hard, and you're cramming lines, and we're always an hour out of town, and it's in LA, which is good, but different locations are all over. So we bop around, and then, your location, you're like, okay, there could be a problem with wardrobe. There can be a problem. It's just never ending. Plus we produce it. There's just even more ways to be a challenging situation. But ultimately, when you start shooting and we start laughing and then after you go, oh, that was fun. So there's parts that are always fun. Everything around it is.
No, to me, I've done, I don't know, 60 movies, and it's like the army.
Oh, of workers.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what the word is, like a factory. I mean, it's just, there's so many people. I did a movie once, and it was City Slickers, but anyway, there was 4 of us in front of the camera, and behind the camera, there was 150 people.
So
I realized all those people are trying to make the 4 of us look good.
Yeah.
And I go, I'm just this little cog.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, one little cog out of this whole giant machine. And that's why, unlike you, I never got a fat head.
Well, City Slickers was a cog. Hit. City Slickers was a big hit. And
no, but I mean, how many people on the crew and the cost? There's
now
so
it's a little
decisions.
scaled down because it's a smaller budget. So usually, this is the smallest budget I've done a movie because, I mean, I've had medium, larger, but it's all about the same. There's just more people doing nothing usually.
I think that makes it more special. I think when you do like a low budget film, it's like, look what we did with.
Yeah. Because all that matters is throw us in some costume, get out there, and is it fun? At the end of the day, you can worry about this and should this background be blue or brown, and then you just go. People watching go, it was funny or it wasn't. They're rarely saying it was shitty, but the set dressing was good or whatever. It just has to make sense. If the story makes sense, and this is your apartment, and people buy it. There's a million meetings about what table should be there. What should you have a couch in your apartment? It's like all these things where you go, it doesn't matter.
Sometimes they take 3 hours to light.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, hurry up and do the scene. And they give you 20 minutes to do it.
Yeah,
true.
true.
And I used to say, why don't you take 20 minutes to light and give us time to make the scene good?
Yeah.
And then I did a movie. Anyway, Rob Reiner, I had a chance to direct something North. So a short film, it didn't happen. But anyway, I go, what lens are you using, Rob? And he goes, why? I go, I'm going to direct something. He goes, he agreed with you 100%. Doesn't matter. It's what happens in front of the camera. Worry about that. He goes, you'll learn the lens part. That's easy.
No,
but that's my question. Are they giving you enough time to make the scenes work?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to excuse the dirtiest fucking fart I've ever smelled from this dog, which you warned me at the beginning.
I freaking told you. It's horrendous.
It's sickening.
So you're pivoting so the scene's not working?
No, I'm pivoting because I'm about to black out.
What do you feed your dog?
Do you feed him turds and they just come out as turds?
I feed him dog food. Okay, I just want to point something out. My dog sat next to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Absorbed.
I'm so glad you got to witness what I deal with on the
absorbed
daily.
her perfume, sat down, and ripped one.
It's horrendous.
But it's
so
my
lucky
fault.
it wasn't. No, I didn't invite you over.
And it goes into your mouth.
It's seeping into my faculties.
Well, I'm trying to help you so you have something else to talk about.
We 100%, it's just whatever happens. We did a scene last night till midnight. And you're in the coverage. But the fun part is now we're doing coverage. we're in a scene with young Theo. Like it starts when he's younger, and then so we got the kid playing him. He made this kid play him as so good looking, and we're like, "You're joking. This is who we hired. Looks literally nothing like you."
Wait, how old?
Theo's a good looking.
How
guy.
old is the kid?
He's playing 14. And
are you in the scene with the kid?
Yeah. And I have a different wig because
do you have a kid?
No, I'm older, but I find him on the road because he got hit by a car.
Got it. Okay.
And so I take him to the hospital. And then we're having a scene in the hospital, and then he needs a job, so I hire him, and then years later we're still working together. Now we're buddies. Now the age still different. Because someone goes, "Hey," because now it's present day, and this girl I'm flirting with goes, "Hey." I go in to see her by myself, and she's like, "Oh, where's your son?" I go, "Who's my son?" She goes, "That guy you're with?" I go, "My son?" We're like almost the exact same age. She goes, "No, you're not." I go, "Are you joking?" Then she starts talking. I go, "I can't even get out of my head. You said son." Anyway, he is, but you know, Theo's so funny, and it is funny just sitting in the trailer laughing about stuff. We think we're so hilarious. That's the danger. You have to go, is this funny? First of all, you know, it has to be funny when you write it and kind of laugh. And then you have to put it in a scene. And then you have to have all the props. And you have all the set dressing. And you go, the wardrobe. And now you're like, there's so much pressure on some little joke to be funny.
Yeah, but
like,
you know,
all this for
the
one
crew
joke.
can't, you know, laugh or while you're shooting, right? Or they ruin
they
the
can't.
take.
Yeah.
So don't you know? To me, the sign if it's funny is when they go cut and then they let it out laughing.
Yeah.
Or so are they laughing?
Yeah. No, but
No?
I said hold it to the end of the shoot after
that's
5 weeks.
That's a good idea.
I said we're all gonna laugh at the end.
Do you find as an actor?
Yeah.
Because we've done 3 movies together. We did Benchwarmers and Dickie Roberts and this, but those were like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So do you find, and then you've done a lot of movies since then. Do you find that you're way like more relaxed in front of the camera now, like more confident than you were, say, 20 or better in any way?
I feel like I have a better guess of what will work. And for different ways, like if we stumble into a little, last night we had a little ad-lib situation. We had one the first day, and I was like, this could be in the trailer. These little snippets are funny enough.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a podcast. Like this one's obviously unusable, but if you had a regular podcast and then you go, this would be funny for a little Instagram clip. Because sometimes you hit something and just doing stand-up and comedy for a while, you go, this one worked. This worked.
This podcast would be usable if we cut your whole weigh-in story.
That's what we're leading with. That's what we're leading with. You know, John,
Dude.
I wasn't going to bring this up.
Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
No, I won't. What if it's boring and then everyone gets mad at me?
I know, right? Well, you want to think it through before you do?
Podcast you've ever had.
It is.
How many podcasts have you done?
John doesn't like really go. You don't like.
What, as a guest?
You don't like going on guests.
No, how many have you done here?
This will be our
I've had to sit through
podcast.
6.
Oh yeah, I like that answer. I've had to.
But I had a podcast years ago. I did, and then I've been a guest on a lot of them, including yours.
I know you're always funny.
Which I
hate to say it, you're
steal.
always funny on it. You do steal it. Well, you know,
No,
with
I
Dana and
I'm
you
funny.
is fun because, you know, I looked
Well,
up
it's
to you
like
when I was a
this.
kid.
We all know each other, like this right
When
now.
I was a child, I would watch you guys on Saturday Night Live.
I know. I'm so much older than
Is it
you.
again?
I can't
Well,
talk.
I told my dog, I said, if you sense that he's lying at any point,
No.
let it rip.
You say if it gets boring, squeak out a gasser, and then we'll have that to talk about, which we do.
Yes.
The whole time.
It's
Wait. When you said you don't remember being on SNL together? Were you guys on it at the same time, or he was too old?
Oh, you know,
Apparently,
we were.
I don't remember.
No, here's what happened.
Tell me.
So Rob Schneider and I do this young comedian special. We get seen off that. We get hired. We audition and stuff and do stand-up. We get hired to be writers, but for the end of the season, 4 shows. So like April, May, there's 2 shows.
Yeah.
Of 1990.
And you're on the show. So I see you backstage. I met you briefly before, but I'm like excited. Watch you. Now we're in charge of writing for these guys, which we don't know. I'm a middle act. I'm not even a headliner. That's the scary part. You have yellow legal pad. You write for Lovitz. You write for Mike Myers, Dana. Everyone's great, But they have great writers. You had the gift of Conan, Smigel, Jack Handy, Franken, Davis.
Yeah, but you have to remember
Downey.
something. Conan and
Greg
now
Daniels.
Conan's very obviously like legendary.
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien, Robert Smigel, Triumph the Insult Dog.
Odenkirk.
But Odenkirk was 25. That was their first
Right, but they were just
job.
young.
They were all unknown.
Young, so no one knew.
They weren't
that they were
established
all
big writers.
Great. Yeah, they were all super talented.
Yeah, but so are you. I mean, they'd
Well,
hire
we all
very
came in
talented
early. Yeah, so
people.
we all
is
came in
Rob.
together. It was just me and Rob then, and then we did 4 shows. I tried to write a pufferfish sketch for you where you're a doctor and then you try to concoct something and it's with a pufferfish and you pop, and then when you
I
get
kinda
mad,
remember
you turn into a
that.
pufferfish.
You'd be great in that.
But
That's because I gained all that weight and my
actually
face
you
got-
gave me good. You steered me because I didn't realize it's always hard to get someone to write for you, on the show. Like you need a writer to write for a cast member. So I told you about it and you said, oh, good. Like try it out and maybe do this. But I put about 6 different sets in it. And it was about 14. It was too long, too many sets, too complicated. And it got buried at read through and it wasn't that funny. And it wasn't that good. I'm like, shit. But then I have to learn. Like you have to go through read through and go, why is that one working?
What, I gave you good advice, you said?
Well, you just said you could go this way with it. We didn't write it together. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying
How could
you were
you?
up for the idea. So that gave me a little momentum to write it. If a cast member's into it, they'll at least be excited about it and try read through. You can write
I
something.
know.
and some
I
cast
never
takes a
walked
dive.
through. I never tried to deliberately sink a sketch or read
Sabotage,
through.
yeah.
Never.
It's
never.
so unprofessional.
I go all
I can't
out every
say.
time.
I can't say a lot of people do it. I can say
Even
that,
if I didn't think it was funny, I still go all
right.
out.
Of course, that's the way to do it. And I can't accuse people of doing that. I'm saying once in a while you feel like someone's kind of walking through it, and maybe they're tired or whatever.
Well,
but
I
you're
know
like,
who.
shit,
Yeah,
it can't be the
someone
last.
used to.
It can't be a sketch that you're in because you're like, oh, this is the one where everyone's getting burned out and they're just kind of going. And if it doesn't get a big laugh on the first page, Lauren kind of, you feel people going, let's just get, because there's 44 sketches. So anyway, you have a question?
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
You care if I?
I wasn't asking.
Oh, okay.
Go.
Well, my question for maybe you had a question. No, because it popped in my head was
Yeah.
This is a good question actually.
Yes.
So I remember, I've told you this before, but the first time I saw you was Dana. I think maybe you were 20, but Dana brought me to see you, and he goes, "Oh, David, he really looks up to Dennis and I." No, that was before he brought me to. He said that, and then when he goes, "I'm going to go see David," so I went with him to see you doing stand up.
Oh, that's fun.
And I was watching you going, oh my God, he's you and Dennis put together, right? Which is, there's nothing wrong with that because you're starting, I always looked like Woody Allen and then and years ago I met
Turn
Robin
into your own
Williams, he
thing.
goes, you imitate other people, then you find your own voice. So my question to you is when did you, because you don't remind me of either of them now, you have your own style, but how long did it take you before you say you found your own? You admit you were influenced by them, right?
Yeah.
But how long was it before you said I got my own?
It took a while. Like
voice.
I would throw in Kevin Nealon, I would throw in Dennis, Dana. I wish I saw Dana more. I didn't. And Dana, everyone thinks we're the same. We're very different, but it took a
You're
while.
not the same at all.
That's the thing when we're on the podcast, we kind of look similar. So everyone's like, you guys are like exactly the same. Like it's very
You look
different.
alike, but are very different.
Yeah.
You have blonde hair and blue eyes, but other than that,
Yeah.
and pasty skin.
Yeah. And but there's a lot of guys I liked back then, and I was just really like the same thing with sketches. You have to watch and get better. And so now when you're writing a movie, that's a different muscle. Like Theo, I had co-written movies, co-wrote Joe Dirt, Dickie Roberts, So I know enough about it, but not totally to write one on my own. It's
But
so
on
hard.
SNL, when you did which was hilarious, the Hollywood Minute, would you say that's when you found your own?
Yeah, that's when I sort of
found your
sunk into my own thing, and then Lauren liked it. Lauren admittedly liked it, and then that made me goose me a little bit because I was like, should I quit? Should I leave? I mean, if you leave SNL or you get fired, it's very hard to keep things going after that.
How long had you been on the show?
There's a stink on it if you are out of there. I had been about 3 years before I got that. So my best
Before you
years-
got Hollywood Minute?
Yeah, it was probably I was on 6, so second 3 were better. It took me a while. Out of all the guys that you remember from my era, Adam hit pretty quickly. Chris Rock was there for a while, but he's only did 1 or 2 years. And then Farley hit right away, of course.
Well, I went to visit the year after I left, and that was Chris's first year in 90 to 91. And I'd met him when he was 19 through Eddie Murphy. And then I get to the show, and he goes, I wanted to work with you. Huh?
At a bathhouse.
No.
At
a restaurant.
I'm telling you what I heard.
Columbus, where we went. So I get there, and Chris goes, oh, you're not here. I wanted to work with you. And I go, yeah. And then I go, how's it going? He goes, oh, they're giving me a really hard time because he did this sketch that I guess Al Franken wrote, and it didn't go well. So then he goes, they don't write for me anymore. And I remember
Chris?
yeah. And I said one thing, listen, that Nat X, I'm telling you right now.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Yes,
it's the funniest thing I've seen on this. It's the funniest thing right now on the show. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he's like.
And then I remember he always brings this up to me. He goes, you know what you said to me that stuck in my head, John Watt? You said, Chris, you've got an office in Rockefeller Center. Use it.
Yeah. I mean, he was shared our office. So, no, wait. Yeah, he was with Sandler. But me and Farley were in this one. But Chris Rock, obviously great comedic mind. And he would, it's just hard to, we're all finding our feet, like what to do. But Nat X was like a
It took you 3 years to find your voice. Yeah.
Well, because
it took me a while.
They had Dana.
I didn't find it till the second show that I did my first year.
Well, there was no one as good as, Dana was one of the best. You were great on there, right?
Get it?
Are you going back to
he does these jokes that are like
5-year jokes?
No, he does these jokes that they like number things, and it goes over my head every.
It took me a while too. My first year, I didn't start popping on my second show.
But you were an improv guy. I wasn't, but
and sketches, and an actor,
and annoying.
No, but you were stand-up and annoying. The truth, I had a character, annoying man. Yeah, but you were just stand-up.
Yeah.
And so was Dana. It's hard to.
I done a little I done some acting classes, but we were doing scene study. We weren't doing improv, but you could fall into that stuff. It was just writing was hard, and if they're writing for me, they're writing for Dana. So if someone looked like me, Dana could do it.
No, it's a very competitive show.
And there was no one like Adam. There's no one like Chris Farles. So
can you tell us about
and Schneider
when you got the show? Did you know Adam or Rock or Chris before that?
I heard about Rock. I had known Sandler a little bit in the Valley. I knew Schneider. And then we got hired together. I think they just we were both with Brillstein Management.
But you hadn't been friends with all of them before the show?
Schneider, yes.
And you and Robin?
Yeah, we all did stand up in the Valley. Judd Apatow was around.
In the Valley?
Drake Sather, yeah, in the Valley. Like, I was
the
at
Laugh Stop in
Lancashire.
Encino?
No, we played the Valley Improv. There was one at the Hilton in the old days, 405 and the 101. And there was also the Improv. And once we got into the Improv,
I know exactly where that is, because I used to work at the clothing store up the street.
Oh, yeah, you know where it is.
Oh, did you?
Rick Palick. Yeah, for 3 years.
What was it called?
Rick Palick.
Did you and Gervitz go there and buy stuff all the time?
No. I worked there.
Gross. Hello. These are Gabardine.
There was no club there then. There was the Laugh Stop in Encino. There weren't a lot of clubs in the Valley.
We don't sell pleats.
No. But you started in the Valley. That's like the beginning. That's not even.
Yeah, I know the Valley. No, I lived out there and I shared it with this super cute actress I was so scared of because she was 10 years older than me, but I rented a room.
Where?
And she would date all these burnout dudes. And I was like,
that's
oh my
so
God.
funny.
Where were you
I learned
living?
right then, you can date loser guys. Pretty girls like loser guys.
Pretty girls love
some
losers.
fucking hope.
Where in the Valley were you living?
I'm sorry, Charlotte was asking me something. I heard your dumb screaming question. I lived at Lancashire and Moore Park.
Oh, North Hollywood.
Yeah. Toluca Lake.
Sorry, Charlotte. Go.
No, so anyway, I did that, and then I lived with her, did stand-up, and then me and Schneider got hired, and then those 4 shows where I met you, then you were gone. So we come back after the summer, and there's Farley on the way to work. I see him in my hotel. Chris Rock. We're all there. Sandler comes a little bit later, a couple months later. And now it's all of us. Now we're all there together. But you were gone. Dana stayed longer, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's got to get lost because it's just too hard to compete with Dana.
No, they had so many people on the show. They hired Sandler to replace me. He was the only other Jewish guy.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, damn.
Sandler and Farley. Took
Were you
two of
sad
them.
when you got replaced?
You kind of left on your own.
I wanted to do a movie, and I would have missed 2 shows, and Lauren's like, no, you can't miss them. And I was like, well, man, I'll make them up. And they wanted to sign me for 2 more years. I said, I'll sign up for 5 more years.
Just let me do my movie.
In retrospect, what I should have done was had the producer of the movie that wanted me call Lauren and try to work it out.
Oh, yeah.
But Lauren goes, you can do it, but you got to go back and forth and read through and everything. Yeah. And I said, I'm happy to do that. They're saying no.
Oh, they want to work.
And the movie, the script was so. I thought they wrote it for me.
Was it North?
No, it's called Mom and Dad Save the World.
Oh, I remember that.
But 2 years later, one of the guys that wrote Men in Black. I mean, it was a hilarious script.
Yeah.
And then it came out a year later for a week. And that was it. I was like, oops. You never know, You
never know, dude.
You just don't know.
People say you do all these movies. They go, David, you're such a superstar. Oh my God, you're such a genius. That's just what they say.
No, they want.
I don't know what they're asking questions.
They wanted to meet on this movie.
They go, what?
And I said, no, I don't know. It's funny, but it's the kid's movie. I don't want to play second fiddle to some kid.
Oh boy, I see this coming.
And it was, yes.
What?
Home Alone.
Oh, really?
And then it became the biggest
Charlotte,
comedy
have you ever heard
ever.
of Home Alone?
No.
Because you passed on a hit.
No.
I go, it was a meeting.
Charlotte, you've seen Home Alone.
No, I'm joking, obviously.
Okay, good. Thank God.
But then I go, I'll meet on the second one. And Chris Columbus goes, no, you wouldn't meet on the first one. Right? I go, it's not like I hurt your movie. You just had the biggest grossing comedy in the history of movies.
Oh, and he had a little bit.
I guess he really wanted me. But I don't know. I should have. People go, did you pass on a hit? I go, no, I never passed on a hit. I passed on a script. You never know.
Sure.
You never know. That's why it's hard.
They could have fucked that movie up so bad. You don't know.
What about you? Did you ever
doofy.
pass on something and it became a giant hit?
No. There was one where
he took them all.
No, I don't remember one getting. I passed on a few that didn't. I don't even remember what happened.
I passed on Titanic and Rocky.
I passed. Now I think, but we were doing more movies from the ground up,
Jewish.
Like Benchwarmers.
Goldberg.
I'm still talking. We were doing Benchwarmers, and I remember when we hired you, everyone had so many fights about, oh, he's so horrible. No, he's worth it. No, he's horrible, and it was like back and forth. And
That's what I said about you.
Give him a chance.
I said I like Rob.
Actually,
I like John Heater. I think Napoleon Dynamite, and I go, David.
John Heater was maybe going to be Ray Romano for a while. I remember that.
Really?
Mm.
Oh, wow.
And Ray was up for doing it for really low price because he liked it, and he'd already had so much money from Everyone Knows Raymond.
Why didn't you cast him?
I think we were probably close to, and then Napoleon Dynamite came out. I think I did text Adam up or called him back then. He had to call people, but I think I said, have you seen this? This guy might be interesting. I think I started that with that because it was just happening, Napoleon Dynamite. And then I didn't see the whole movie, and I told him, I said, I think this guy's really weird. It's a really weird, funny movie. And then he looked into it, and then he said, I think this might be good, and might be a good third guy with you. And then John, who's sweetheart, goes, I don't want to play like Napoleon Dynamite. We're like, no. Because of course that's what of course. But I don't know him enough to go, what are the other moves? With me.
Well, he wasn't even an actor. He was an animator.
Yeah.
So weird.
Very nice guy. You want to hear a funny story about that movie?
Please.
So I get to the makeup trailer, and Rob and I are friends, but he goes, so I'm trying on, Rob starts going, you need a wig and a mustache. I'm like, what? Mustache. You should have, and he kept saying it over, and he walked by me, mustache, like 10 times. So I went to Sandler. I said, look, do you want me, it's your movie. If you want me to have a mustache, but why does Rob keep saying, it's my character. Never another actor tell me what wig and this to wear. And Adam's like, no, do what you want,
Yeah.
So don't listen to him. So I said, yeah. I go, what? So anyway, we're on the set.
Fucking love it.
And I'm completely joking around. Right. And it was and I happened to be really tan, and I had on this black tracksuit, and I thought I'd look good. So I'm with the three of you and me, and I go, I was totally joking like an idiot. And I go, hey, you guys. And my character of Mel, I go, hey, you guys, is Mel supposed to be this handsome? Mm-hmm. And Rob goes, no, that's why you should have a mustache. But he wasn't kidding.
Oh.
I was crying. Like,
oh, my
John
God.
Handsome in a movie?
I was
seen it.
kidding. Exactly. How dare you? I was joking. I thought, but it was a total joke.
God,
is Mel supposed to be? There is no Mel. Shirt keeps riding up over my pregnant belly.
No, I like this spark. I like how you look good. I like how John brings out the sparkled shirt for you today. Like that's a big move.
It's a nice shirt. I'm being respectful.
Yeah, you are. You both look
dressed like a hobo.
No, this is because I got home in the middle of the night. This hat, it's got those. It looks kind of gross.
Could you got home at 1? Nicer hat?
I know this is the only one in the van.
I get it. You got home at 1, and we starting this at 1:30 the next day.
Yeah,
you have time to shower.
Quick turnaround.
No, but I slept, and then this is the only hat I had in the car, and my hair's a real rat's nest. But I had a wig on all yesterday too, gross. But I have 2 different wigs in the movie. Budget breaker, and then
what'd you pick? Because
it was hard to pick a wig.
Was so funny.
It was hard. I would love that kind of one again. You know, the funny thing about wigs are looking funny or weird in a movie because we're a couple of dipshits. Is I thought Theo should just look like Theo. People don't know him in the movies. Just like this is that guy from you've seen him, and he's kind of a loser in the movie. So I think it's fine. He doesn't need to be De Niro.
Does he still have a mullet?
Yeah, I mean whatever that is. Yeah, it's a mullet. And then I was like, I don't want to look like I am in Grown Ups and just blonde hair like in all the sitcoms. So I always just want to do something. So I always go, I'll comb it back and spray paint it black, like with this stuff you use, dye it black or whatever. But then I'll say it's spray paint in the movie because I thought it was funny because it looks like spray paint when I did it.
Oh, I like that.
And then I look good. And then Theo goes, it looks too good. And I was like, no, because I grease it back. But they do spray this shit in it because dyeing it, it's like for 6 months. I could never get back. So she goes, psh, and then I think it'd be funny if people go, dude, do you spray paint your hair? I'm like, what? You can't even do, what do you mean like spray paint? Listen to this fucking idiot. And then you smash cut to me at home going, psh, psh, with a spray paint can. And I'm like, will anyone notice? He was like, no way.
Amazing.
So I wound up, I'm trying wigs, but it's hard because one looked like Lord Farquaad, was kind of funny, but it was like too goofy. It's such a fine balance of like what's too funny or what's too jokey. It looks like a sketch.
Yeah.
The one in Benchwarmers I loved with
that one was so
bowl
good.
cut.
Yeah, plus you had it pushed back a little too high.
Yeah,
so good.
Everything's stupid about it. And then there's a couple different ones. And I didn't want to be a Joe Dirt one. That was a fun wig. But so I said, I've got it down to 2. And now it's getting to the camera test. I don't have it yet. So I whittle it down, try it on. It was too tight. We stretched out. And I said, now I got it down to 1. The camera test, I'm bringing the spray paint stuff and the one wig. And if it doesn't work, I'm doing the other one. So I'm doing my real hair. And then I did the wig and then we colored this in because when I'm younger, I have to have this all colored in. And so I go, okay, this wig, I kind of like it. It doesn't look like, one looked like little Nicky a little bit. Every look has almost been seen. I go, this looks so stupid. So I go, this is a good one. So we all agreed, let's just do this. And we started shooting the next morning. So I'm like, this is the last chance we have.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, because it's all ragtag production bullshit.
But you're having fun.
I love it. I love that. I did a movie with Jonah Hill that's supposed to come out probably right in the first quarter.
Tell us about the movie with Jonah Hill.
I remember you telling me about that.
That one's fun. I did that a while ago. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Carson.
It's so annoying how you do something and it takes so freaking long.
Oh, it did come out. Yeah, you did one, right? When does that come out?
Yeah, but it's like you do something and then you just are like...
Waiting. I did one. Everyone says I'm going to win the Oscar and it still hasn't come out.
This is not
the
like
dog
that's...
is so...
That's in... Like, do you not... Are you immune to this
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you like it?
I think he likes it.
Do you like it?
What? I don't smell anything.
How do you not smell that?
I think this dog should be chopped.
I don't smell my dog farting, Charlotte, because clearly it's you.
No.
There's a saying, Fox...
That couldn't come out of a human.
Look there's a saying, Fox smells its own hole. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir?
You never heard that?
What is he eating that's
Jerry,
on the ground?
No.
Oh my God.
A snail?
I don't smell it.
I think we're done with bringing Jerry to taping. I think
think
he's
so.
had his time.
Yeah.
But what about?
Excuse me, where's Pepper?
Well, what was your movie? And it's probably it takes a year, right?
Yeah, or then something pulls out and it's delayed. But I did a project with Tommy Lee Jones and James Franco. So
see,
and you had the lead, right?
Yeah, my first female lead.
Oh,
that's great.
So, and then my first movie.
What's it called?
Razor's Edge.
Is it?
Yeah,
that's good.
Razor's Edge. But the person who put me in my first movie ever was David.
Oh yeah, that was in
Joe Dirt 2.
Joe Dirt 2?
Yeah, I was like 19.
What did you put me in?
I put you in this podcast.
That's true. Skyrocketing career. I was going to tell you something. Oh, yeah, the Jonah Hill one with Keanu Reeves is great. I fucking love Keanu Reeves.
What a name dropper.
Oh, I have to because it's his movie.
Well, who's in it, really?
It's not Keanu Reeves. No, I'm kidding. What if it wasn't? And I'm like, oh, I guess they snipped him out.
Is that where they're surfing again?
With him and Jonah? It is in Malibu.
It is.
I didn't really understand the movie. No, I
yeah, I never knew about this.
He was a star. I think it's for
It sounds
Amazon.
really good.
Yeah, he's a huge star.
Who?
Keanu in the movie, and he's friends with Cameron Diaz is his best friend, and
another Cameron Diaz is in it too.
He quits drinking.
Every time you touch the mic, the mic picks up that noise.
No, the dog farts is what happens.
You say that and it hasn't done that.
What do you think moving the mic away from your face is going to get
I
rid of
touched the mic the whole time.
I'm trying to stand up with it. I'm like, yada da da da.
I always hold it.
Yeah.
Wait, so Keanu Reeves is in it and Cameron Diaz?
Yeah, and
Wow.
Jonah.
And Jonah Hill?
And Jonah wrote it and directed.
Wow.
And so we did it like March, April, I think.
That feels so long ago.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I just hit him on the way here because I go, I want to mention when it comes out. But he had a rough cut because he said, do you want to watch it? And I'm like, I'd rather just have it come out. But I was like, oh, yeah, when is it? Because they schedule even when I did my last special, they're like, it won't come out till 6 months later. I'm like, fucking leave these jokes rotting on a shelf. You gotta.
Yeah.
Is it a comedy?
It's a dramedy, yeah.
And who do you play in it?
Well, it's not that big of a part. It's Keanu. I'm just one of his neighbors in Malibu.
That's great.
And I'm like trying to get. I'm kind of a star fuckery neighbor of his that wants to hang out with him.
So you're
David
playing
Spade.
yourself.
That one stung.
Just like, well, that's what
we'll
you
take
do
it
to
out.
me.
Now we're going to take most of this out.
I know you look
cut
at me
that.
as some giant movie star.
I know.
I don't say I am.
I do get nervous around.
But I do know that's how you look at me.
I get nervous.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because you're a human being.
Is that what every
Because you're a human.
Charlotte's quaking in her boots?
I
right?
Yeah, but I
Literally
look at you
cringe.
as you're bigger than me now.
What?
Yeah, I do.
No, Spade's crushing right now. Spade's doing
What
some
Spade
heavy-
is doing?
What
I'm
Spade
John
is
Lovitz,
doing
but you're David Spade.
Wait, and can we talk about Church Lady? Like how fun that was that you just did?
Oh, the church. Oh, yeah, that's right.
With that was amazing.
Went back to SNL.
Yeah.
Dana was
So
doing
good.
Dana was doing Joe Biden. And then we had talked on the podcast, like, why don't they ever do Hunter Biden? It'd be such a fun part for a host to come in and do a hot tub talk show or something, because Hunter Biden's like a funny character. Like he's got a little bit of a reputation. And then Dana goes, I'll bring it up. And then nothing came. And then one day he goes, hey, are you around this weekend? Because I think they're going to call you about coming to Hunter in the cold open. And it was a Friday. And I go, this week or next week? He goes, this week. I go, tomorrow's the show. He goes, yeah. And then they called right away. And I go, can you get out here on a 3:30 flight? I go, well, I'm at McDonald's. I'm not. I got to go home and then change. And so I just took I got in at like 1 a.m. and I never even read it. The next day, Dana's like, okay, I saw it. We'll tweak it. It's still a little long, but anyway, they tweaked it and then we did it. I didn't even do it till 5 that night and then tried it out. And they had a wig ready. And they had,
Well, I saw it. You were hilarious.
It was so
the whole attitude. I go, if someone said imitate him, I go, how would you imitate him? Because there's nothing like huge.
They need that character full time.
You got him. You got his attitude.
Well, I try not to go too big with
that
it.
Arrogant.
You could do bigger, but when I just watch, it's very hard to see him talk. He doesn't talk a lot, and so I found an interview, and he was kind of, like these he's kind of a burnout, like just
Yeah.
addict, whatever. But when he's in a suit, he's trying to be like,
He's trying to act.
yeah, like I'm really
so
together and I really am like a lawyer. But and they're like, what? No. You know, then you see him on the video, he's like in a crack pipe. He's walking around with a
Hookers
boner.
everywhere.
And you're like, okay. So that was a fun one. It was a little quickie, but it was definitely fun to do. And I knew Sarah Sherman. I knew Heidi a little bit. I met Marcelo and some of the other ones. I didn't know everybody. It's definitely different. Read-through's in a different spot. You know, Lauren's notes after dress.
Where's read-through?
It's on 8H. It's on the stage.
It is?
Isn't that crazy?
I was just there a few weeks ago, but they were giving notes. No, it wasn't a few weeks ago. It feels like a few weeks ago. But anyway,
1988.
they were giving notes on. Yeah, they used to do it in Lauren's office. We'd cram in there on the 9th floor.
Yeah.
Now they were on the floor. There was like 100 people. I
Roomy,
mean,
massage
and they have a
tables,
boom mic, and he's talking like through the speaker system, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, Monday meeting too.
different.
I think Monday meeting too. I know read-throughs down there, and I know the after dress between dress and air meeting is down there.
Why don't they do read through where they?
I don't know, because it was so clammy. I mean, it was tough, but it was kind of fun.
Yeah, but it was. You got the energy going. in
Yeah,
that
it was
room.
so
Everybody was
jammed.
crammed in, but it was fun.
It was so jammed in there.
Those days are gone.
Yeah. So, but that was super fun, and I get to do it with Dana.
Yeah.
And he hadn't done
So
Church
good.
Lady in a while.
So good.
In the beginning of
Did
church.
he have fun doing it?
Yeah, we had a blast. Yeah.
Did the audience, were they excited to see him as church lady again?
Yeah, they were excited to see me.
You?
Yes, John.
No, I know they were excited to see you, but were they excited?
Of course, Church Lady. Yeah, they love all that. I mean, this whole year the 50th year should just be people coming back and
Yeah, John, when are you gonna go
Go what?
You're going to the 50th.
for the 50th?
Same time as everyone else.
Are you and who? Okay, here's a good question. If you have an idea, who are you pitching it to? Downey?
Oh God, no. Well, Jim's not there. I'm not. I actually ran into Lauren. I said, I don't want to drive you nuts. I just said, am I in the show? He goes, I don't know. They're starting to write it. This was last week. This week, he goes, I don't know. They wait to the last minute. You know, who knows?
It'll be a
He goes, you were in the last one. I go, yeah. You said I was dead. I go,
That was
I'm not
funny, though.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that again. Still, because people thought I was dead.
Yeah. Well, the fun one will be, by the
I
way,
was on the show and they thought I was dead.
I don't know if people at home know that there's no plus ones. It's just, you just show up, right?
Oh, I got invited to they go, are you coming to the 50th show? We're asking, make sure. I go, yeah. Okay, you have one ticket.
I'm sure
Got
Beyonce can bring someone, but they just populate the whole audience with people in the show. So it's kind of fun. And then there's
That's fine. I don't care.
I don't care. It's fun. You're going to know
That's
everybody.
gonna
I'd be
be
busy
so much
talking to
fun.
everybody.
The funner one, I think, is the show either before or after, which is the
Radio City
concert.
Music Hall. Yeah, supposed to be a 3-hour concert.
It's a concert of all former bands on SNL.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
It's going to be a killer.
that's
So I'll
fun.
be playing with my former band.
With your what?
My former band. Little band called the Beatles.
Oh,
John
you know
Paul,
what?
George and Ringo. Thank
I
you.
told Dana if he does chopping broccoli, you could ask almost literally anyone that's been on the show to do it with you, because it's fun.
It's so
Combination,
fun.
musician, comedian, go sing. So he might have pick of the litter if he does it. I don't know if he's doing it, but
He's going to do it.
of course he will.
Okay, wait. Where did the $5,000 end up? Because
Oh yeah.
just where we're at. So tell us exactly.
Oh, so when there was these LA fires, which are
LA
still
fires.
fucking raging.
Yeah, which also today there's like really bad another
Santa
Ana.
Ana. There was when I got out of the car.
I don't even know if we should be here. It's bad.
It's still bad
We
air.
should be here because it's in the Palisades and we're in Burbank.
But the air, they say, is bad. I'm sure it's horrible.
Well, what are you going to do? Not breathe?
Everything about the fires is tough.
It's horrible.
But she's saying because I said I'll give her a reward.
So tell us about this.
I said I was on the podcast and I go, you know what? I'll give a reward if someone can turn in an arsonist. I'll give you $5,000 just for something to do, just to sort of help, but donate, but also
and
get people opening their eyes, like, hey, let's go get somebody. I would say I'll throw in another $5 to beat the shit out of them, but I'm not allowed to say that. But people were.
Bet you did just
sending me a bunch, but a bunch of things on TikTok and Instagram of like, But literally some people are just like, hey, here's a video I saw on Instagram of a fire. And I'm like, right. And they're like, anyways, so it's Chase Bank. Here's my account number.
Here's my Zillow account.
I'm like, oh. And some people just said, hey, man, I heard about your thing. Can you just give me money? And I'm like, I think this is backfiring.
That was me.
We are, it'll work. There's a couple. I got a few leads.
So the answer is you haven't found anyone.
I think there's 3 right now that might work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Wait a minute.
Awesome.
Wait, you're saying 3 people that have reported real arsonists from this fire?
Yeah, from all over LA.
But shouldn't you call the police about them?
Yeah, I said to make it a little more clear, I said if there's a arrest, police report. And then someone just sent me a police report. I was like, that was sort of sounded real. And then they...
Well, I'll send you a police report.
Yeah, I know. The problem
I got
is...
a couple of those.
I mean,
And the problem is you could offer more money, but the higher you go, the more people just stage it and go to jail to get the money. They'll just fake it, have their friend...
No, I'm not saying... I'll just look up someone that they arrested as an arsonist. I go, here's the report, and then you give me the money.
So are you helping the problem, or are you hurting it by giving people this idea?
You just said it.
No, I said...
No, I think it's silly. They're showing you a police report.
John.
They didn't find the guy.
David.
Stop.
John.
No, the fires, it's not a joke.
No, I know.
It's
not a
horrible.
joke. Why do you keep joking about it?
Stop
I'm not.
joking.
You're joking about it.
No, you son of a bitch.
What'd you say, Cashmere? Yeah.
I'm not. I've had friends,
No, it's not.
a lot
big
of
deal.
friends
9
lost
grand.
their home.
What'd you say?
It's just god awful.
Are these the bags I have? Take me to the fucking doctor and operate on me right now.
Should we all just go get a facelift and call it a
God
day?
damn. Can we write it off
Look at my neck. Fucking.
to this fucking dusty garage
Why don't you call the
production?
turkey you stole it from and give it back? I'm just gonna do the rest of the
You could do anything to that. You can do anything.
Let's
What?
just cut
But you
it
do have a
off.
look that they know is you.
Yeah, you know what?
It's
Everyone
hard-
says that. Don't change it. It's your
No,
look.
I'm saying change it.
Stay looking like a
My dad
turkey.
has one, and we call it a jolly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't.
It's a
I'm happy
cute way for your
enough
dad
about
not to
this.
get laid. We call it a boner buster.
That's true.
It's not true. I like how John
I
says
call it
that.
a cock blocker. And they go, "Oh, you're really ooh. What's that? Bye.
John, before I let you go,
Yeah. Thank you for letting me be on my podcast.
before I let you go,
Here.
Jerry had one more fart for you.
But I have a question for you,
Yeah.
which I was going to ask you earlier. This is not about your personal life.
Yeah.
Clear as bell.
Go ahead.
So I'm just curious because sometimes we give advice about relationships, good and bad. Do you find that what, say, 30 years ago women wanted, was important to them? Is it different than today?
Wait, what?
I would say I'll just give some fake answer. I would say no. I would say
Have they changed?
well, my
it?
mom used to say because my dad was sort of those are the old days,
Yeah.
and she goes, oh, he was fun. That's it. I'm like, that's all you needed back then, Now everyone's on Instagram, rich, showing off this, million things, and I think it all boils down to just any sort of chemistry, whether someone's rich, poor, anything. Just you think they're not your type. Oh my God, it's sort of someone you resonate with. Like, oh, that's sort of someone I'm attracted to for whatever reason. That's still what it
what
boils
about
down
the
to.
girls today? They go, oh, can you buy me a Chanel
John
purse?
just doesn't
or
want to
Hermes
take
purse?
all these girls shopping. That's what
Right.
he's
Well, I'm not
realizing.
dating any of them. They're
Well,
too
I would-
young for me anyway.
I would say,
but to me,
there's
it's so
that
nervy.
all over TikTok. It's the girls bragging about this, and you got to get your bag, and you got to get paid, and you got
It's
to.
so gross.
I get all that, and then
I don't remember
OnlyFans
that
is running
before.
rampant.
Yeah, it's like they say get the bag.
Yeah.
Like how gross of a
What
thing to
bag?
say.
Gross.
Where's the
I asked
bag?
Charlotte on once. She goes, I need a line of luggage.
Bag of groceries.
Not just a purse. And then I need some plane tickets all over the world.
Charlotte could get
and
all
then
that.
I'll
She's
think
not
about
like that.
I can, but I
meeting
don't.
You,
Yeah,
meeting
Charlotte.
you for tea.
Charlotte's
I
not-
like to date the losers on the corner selling crystal meth.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
She's into crack.
I'm into crackheads.
But John, there's girls on Instagram that brag about it, and then someone else gets an idea and goes, like the other day when they said, oh, there's a sports guy that offered some other sports lady $1.5 million to have sex. I'm like, please don't put that out. Then they're like, oh, is that the new going rate? They don't even know if it's true, but it's like, why would you say such an astronomical, crazy thing? And also,
what was the rate? Look it up.
It used to be, I took you to Arby's.
You wouldn't like it. The guy's not a crackhead.
Yeah, you wouldn't like him. But I would say that it is a different world across the board as far as all the stuff. It's a difference.
But is it just girls in Los Angeles, New York, Miami?
I think everyone's picking up on it.
Yeah, I think even.
And I think OnlyFans is a bigger problem. Like when they were going to take TikTok away, I was like, how many are going to go to OnlyFans? Because are you going to go get a real job, like a tough 9-to-5 job? No one wants to do that. And no one did when I did it. No, of course no one wants to do that. But people, you do it because you have to work and make money. And you don't make a lot of money for a long time. And quicker hits like, TikTok or Instagram or things. And then you bring in like OnlyFans. Oh, all I got to do is this, and I get money. And then you read about.
Yeah, but they want to make a lot of money without having any skill or something.
But that's just
but that's this generation. Like the generation I'm in, it's like, why go slave and go to college and this and that when I can just like spread my pussy out on TV.
Anyway, let's look at a clip.
Wait, what? Wait, say that again.
Let's pull it up.
Now that's the thing.
But it's true. Like none of these girls. Like it's sad. It sucks. But it's
what
like,
do they want to do? Say it again.
John,
I didn't hear you.
John, don't be like this.
What?
This is it every day.
Show.
I didn't hear.
If I say any sexual stuff.
Hello? I didn't hear you.
That's ridiculous.
No, but
you're acting like I just want you to say it again so that I can hear you say it again.
John,
that's ridiculous.
I think what you want me to say it?
No.
I think she's saying that.
I mean, wait, what?
Every generation is looking for an easier way, I would say.
Yeah,
easy way out. It's like, oh, I can strip down, and then they're like, oh, more power to sex workers. So it went from, if you were in Playboy, you couldn't get a job in a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you showed your boobs, you're 86th. Now it's like, suddenly it just flipped like, oh, no, it's great. Everyone does this. So OnlyFans like, yeah, and they're bragging everywhere. Almost every Instagram you look at, there's an OnlyFans.
Well, did you hear about some girl, I don't know who, but there was an article shows, she quit after 3 years because she made $67 million.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
We did our,
yeah.
That's like, then what do you say?
That's also,
you're a fool for doing that?
That's a point of like,
you made $67 million.
You made that much money.
I think
you can make your own movie at that, but you can create everything.
Yeah, but it's like,
it's
everything. Not about what you do, it's how much money you make at it.
Well, it's also,
that's crazy.
Then it's not wrong.
You live with that all your life, good or bad.
Is that how you feel?
And yeah, well, if I made $67 million doing
how much have you made spreading your butt cheeks on OnlyFans?
Come on.
If you could
don't lie, because I can look it up.
I think girls can find different ways, like feet and stuff. So maybe there's other ways, but I don't know. It's all.
Would you show your feet on OnlyFans if you could make $67 million?
Of course.
You would?
Yeah.
Well, you're disgusting.
I'll put my wiener between them.
What the hell's wrong with you? Wait,
I want
it reach?
No.
Or are you
I don't
flexible?
know. I'm willing to try.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
What about you, Charlotte?
I would love to get into feet
You'd show
pics.
your wiener on...
No, I'm trying to like say it on the pod so like someone hits me up about feet pics, but I don't know where you start.
With your feet.
Well, she's got
start with your shoes.
You got good feet, so that's possible. Slide in the
There's
DMs. No shame in that, right?
Yeah, I would.
Who cares
love that.
about that?
Yeah.
Hands, feet, like everyone's got something. But yeah, so I would say overall arching question. Every generation is just it's quicker,
worse.
And it's like, who cares if I do porn or do OnlyFans or whatever?
Well, okay, here's my question. Would you go out with someone, and I'm not saying a woman, just saying in general, she says, I'll go out with you, but first you have to buy me a $5,000 designer purse. Would you go, okay?
I probably wouldn't, because it's a bad place to start.
If we're starting at the $5,000,
yeah, we're starting at like
no, but I have friends and the girl says, meet me at the mall. Can't you? For the first time,
sure.
Then they meet the.
Where
meet
are
the
you
girl.
meeting these girls?
And not me, friends.
Well,
and then they meet them, and the girl says, "Hey, can you buy me this purse?" And the sales lady going, "Yeah, come on, it's only $5,000. What's wrong with you?
What am
trying
I
to pressure
doing wrong?
I thought you were a star.
Not me.
I'm saying 5,000. They bully you.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a lot for you?
Oh, what? You can't get me this bag?
It's disgusting. It's so inappropriate.
Horrible.
Even Jerry's like, what are we talking about?
I don't even know.
All right, any final questions?
We'll get you out of here. David's got to get back to set.
Well, we should wrap it up. Is there anything else you want to plug?
Plug
when are you going to be at the Venetian?
Now's the time to plug.
I'm going to be at the Venetian. That could be Nikki Glaser.
With Nikki Glaser.
Nikki Glaser, Venetian. I think March is probably the next one, then May.
And who's going to go first this time? Because Nikki's kind of on fire.
Yeah,
I'm stirring it up. Go ahead.
Well, we have someone go first. Someone like Bobby Mimota. He sometimes does 10 or 1.
Love Bobby.
Sacrificial.
And then it is true to warm it up. But I usually go second, but I always say, even when I was with Ray Romano, if there's ever a co-headline, like me and Dana are going out to do like maybe 2 gigs right now. But Dana's probably the hardest to follow. But I would say, I'll do it. I mean, we can flip-flop. So it's hard to do. You know it's hard to follow.
Dana's hard to follow? No, I followed him for 10 weeks.
Oh, yeah, you did. He is hard to follow.
Wasn't a problem.
We were talking to Dennis the other day. I'm like, Dennis is hard to follow. I had to follow him and Norm.
No, they're great. Dennis is great.
Yeah.
Dana's great. Yeah.
It's hard to do. So, but like with Nikki.
Yeah, well, Dana's going to go first. I can guarantee you.
He likes to go first.
He goes, I have to get to bed early.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we'll probably flip-flop. I said one of them you pick, and then I'll do the other one. So you have first call.
That's fun.
But it's still fun.
I want to come see that.
Either way, it'll be fun. Yeah, right. The tickets are tough.
Okay.
Where is that going to be?
It's just real tricky right now.
It's tough.
One of them's in Palm Springs, and one of them's in Fudge. Where is it?
One of them's in Fudge?
No, I was thinking
I'll
Friant.
skip that one.
Friant, California. That's just me, though. But Dana and I think one's private. So we have one.
So are you on tour right now?
Is there one that can buy tickets?
I'm not on tour right now, no.
Because of the movie.
I'll finish Busboys. I'll probably have a special come out, and then I'll go back on tour. It's a fucking beating.
All right, I have one more question.
I'm getting up there.
If you had to choose between only doing movies or only doing stand-up.
Yeah, that's a good question. I like that question.
And why?
Yeah, tell us.
I think movies are always really fun to get, and then when they come out.
Yeah.
The movies are the hardest of everything when you do them. I'm finding out again. But stand-up is super fun because it's really tough to do well. It looks good because all you see on Instagram and you see people selling out these things, and you see Nate and Shane, and they're all very good. But to get to that point, it's so hard. And also remembering your act and doing stuff that's different and cool and funny. It's a grind. That's why I still practice because I owe it when I go out there to do good. But I would say I like it all because you just don't know what's going to work, you know? Mm-hmm. I had a tour that made some money for a while and then do a movie. I'm trying to do another movie in the summer. Movies are so hard. I'm like, I really want to do it.
No, it's 12 hours a day minimum. It's 60 hours. No,
I think last night was, I know Tuesday was 15 hours and last night was, we went over and over. But we're new, you know? So the first time you're like, how are we going to do this? Oh, did you want to do that? No, should we shoot this first? And
you're new?
Well, the movie's starting and it's new and it's sort of thrown together. It's not as big budget as the normal 3 months of pre-production. We're just sort of, you know, having meetings and Zooms and going, we should do this and hire. We don't have our full cast yet. We're just actively shooting, and then at lunch we'll have meetings and we'll start to see cuts of scenes. But it's fun. So far it's funny. I think it's funny. It's just
the two of you together.
Yeah,
whatever. Even if he's like, you really didn't even say anything.
Just a curiosity. What are these two idiots going to do?
It's going to be great.
All right, this is a question you probably won't like it.
God damn.
No, it's a good question. If you accidentally double booked a date with Charlotte and my dog Jerry, and you had to cancel one.
I like you bring Jerry in it. We already know I'm not in love with Jerry. Jerry is a great.
Well, you're going to break his heart, or should I tell him?
No, but Jerry, the thing is, it's bad for me because I love dogs.
Yeah, I thought you liked dogs.
Charlotte, you're trashing this dog the whole time. There's no way. Jerry is the only dog.
You like my dog.
Jerry
you don't allow him in your house. That's how much you like him.
Well, aside from he's a farting machine, I do like dogs. I like Jerry. I kind of joke about.
Why don't you let him in the house?
I just think.
Wait, you don't let him in your house?
No.
I don't know. I can't remember.
No way.
No, I remember my brother wanted to come to my house in LA and bring his 2 big dogs. And I'm like, just they'll get caught in the stairs or in the helicopter room. I don't need that. What if they're locked in one of the 5 pantries?
All right, here, you'll like.
I like you to stare at me. I'm doing jokes like this.
Well, they're not that funny.
Like what's? Oh,
No, they're funny. But
I'm laughing this whole time. I feel like I'm the annoying girl in the corner.
No,
just
this is
laughing.
a good. You'll
please
like this
God.
question.
John
helping
doesn't know
you
he's here.
guys
He's
out.
like,
I don't know of anyone. Do you know of anyone that's as funny and pretty and sexually appealing as Charlotte? I don't.
That's nice. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
No, but seriously,
Thank you.
Yes.
you can't. You have it all. You realize
By the
that?
way, this is very hard for
Plus you did a
Charlotte
drama.
to get a compliment.
David knows I have a hard time with both of you know I have a hard time with compliments.
If she
But okay, this is my last question, and then we're really gonna let
then
you
we're
go.
really gonna fuck. It's already dark out.
Then you're really gonna
what
fuck.
would you?
I'm really gonna get the fuck out of here.
You just said then we're really gonna fuck.
No, I didn't. I was talking to Jerry.
Oh my god.
This is my last question.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to younger viewers that are having a hard time, like building confidence with stand up?
I'm waiting for the camera to come back to me. Like this fucking rat's nest. I don't really mind it though.
I like it.
Ow.
Sorry.
Well, John has advice too. I think reps. I mean, when people say, "How do you get into acting?" It's like such a 5-hour answer. The one acting I'd say is just go do it. If you're good, someone will find you. It's kind of like comedy. If you're good, someone will find you.
Yeah.
When I see people, comics are funny. They will help another comic because if someone's good, I will go up and say hi to them, or I will DM them on Instagram and say, "I just saw this clip. I thought it was great." Just to give a compliment. Like the more you hear that stuff, you start going, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Oh, I did something right. Oh, this person liked it." And so I like seeing good comics. I do get a whiff of jealousy, but I do say they're good, you know. And then I go, well, it just makes me go, I got to work harder because sometimes people come out of the gate really good.
It's really saturated though. I feel like
Yeah.
younger people now just think you go on stage and get clips and you're like, I don't
It's
know.
so
Everyone
hard.
just starts posting these clips and it's like,
Yeah, but
wait till you put the time in.
If you
I don't know.
want to be a headliner, you have to have at least 45 minutes, and you have to have the ability to sell tickets.
Yeah, and you can't just
People
rely
wanna pay
on
to see it.
crowd
It's
work
not that
clips
easy.
because every
Yeah.
clip you show, I don't show that many clips. Till my next special comes out, we'll clip it up. But even some of that I'll still do for a while until I get another hour. But some of my stories are too long for clips. And I guess Nate does longer ones now, which I like, but I don't mind longer ones. But they're like, gotta be 10 seconds, gotta be a minute and a half. There's all these new rules every 6 months. So I will try to do that. But I don't like to burn jokes. It's so hard to find something that works. So just to throw it in a clip and you're like,
That's why they do the crowd work.
people on my
So they
show
don't
go,
burn their
"Oh,
material."
I saw you, but I think some of that stuff you did on Ellen 7 years ago." Well, I have to pull
Yeah.
from different things,
Yeah.
or they're a nugget I did on Ellen. Now it's a 3-4 minute bit,
Yeah.
so it's all new. But they're like, "Oh, I think I heard." I don't give a fuck. Like, good. I went to a band. I saw songs I liked that I heard. It's just such a weird
Yeah.
thing. So I do.
But isn't it hard to make them laugh twice at the same joke? Then a song is just a melody.
Right.
You go, oh, I like that. It's not
It's
to make
all
people laugh.
right.
There has to have an element of surprise.
But when I see comics, if I see Seinfeld, I'll tell you 5 jokes I hope he does. You know what I mean? I'll be like with my friend going, "Oh, he didn't do that one. Fuck." Because you will laugh.
But you said you
I'll
get
laugh at you.
jealous. So whenever I joke,
I normally get
when
jealous.
I'm funny and then I
That's
kid and say
normal.
jealous, you are.
Jealous?
Jealous?
You are
No,
jealous.
David, you're crushing it. We can't wait for this movie. And I saw him at the Comedy Store the other night. It was so good. You're a legend. Thank you.
John, you've come in and watched.
Guess we're wrapping this up just like when I talked to her on the phone.
I always have to
For a minute,
John
she
doesn't know how to
I go,
stop
well,
talking.
then when
so I just
I do.
sometimes,
I know it's
and
hard
I
to-
just say, well, and he gets mad at me for wrapping up
'cause
the
this is
conversation.
Charlie.
Well, this is a great
John,
chat.
how's it going? I go, oh, my dog died. I'm really upset. Okay, talk to you later.
Other lines
That's
ringing.
been fun.
No, I know. Sometimes it's tough to even stop texting. You heard me.
I did, but apparently I'm not supposed to talk anymore.
Here's John's end of wrap up. He's like, his voiceover knows, and that's the one that really stung me. He thinks I text too much.
No, he doesn't. I love texting John.
No, I text you a lot.
I'll say, and you don't.
I'll say.
And you don't answer your phone. You only leave a
I hate
voice
talking on
message.
the
He doesn't
phone,
do
yeah.
phone calls.
I don't like it.
But then you do voice messages back and
That's
forth.
fun. Yada, da, da,
That's the
da, da.
same as talking on the
Send.
phone.
No. I like a one-way convo.
Voice notes. You don't. have
And then
to
you
do it.
answer, I don't listen. That's what Fred Wolf does. I leave him a long message, and then he leaves one. He goes, "I haven't listened to yours yet, but here's mine." And then I leave him 3, and he goes, "I haven't listened to those yet, but here's mine." I'm like, "What's going on? You have to listen."
He doesn't listen to
I
yours?
miss Fred Wolf. Shout out to Fred Wolf.
I want to see him. I don't know why he's
I
up in
need
Carmel.
him in my life.
The man is a wolf.
Basically, what's going to happen now, and this is part of the deal. I leave. You give me about a 10-minute head start.
Okay.
And then you guys get up and leave.
Okay.
You know, because I got to get ahead of you and just sort of get my
And
thoughts.
and you got to go get the table at the restaurant where you're going to buy us lunch.
No, I got to go lay down because
No, I don't
I
think
worked
so.
all night.
You
I
worked
still
all
came
night.
in here.
Mew.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. For
David,
being
thank you
That's
so
more like
much.
Our first guest,
Charlotte, John, thank you
David Spade.
for having me.